can you please make like Ariana Grande and focus on me? Before we even get into this video, I'd advise for you to grab a shovel because we're about to get into some deep shit. Hi, my name is Kahlen Barry. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, if you already know my extra ass, welcome back to my channel. You already know the drill. We're about to do another Mandela effect video. Now I know you guys have to be tired of seeing the same Mandela effects over and over again, so I'm gonna give you some that I haven't seen anybody else really cover. So most of you guys probably haven't heard these ones, which is good because it's original content for once. What, Kahlen? You have original content? I know, I'm shook too. But yeah, click that like button, subscribe, click that bell, all that other YouTuber basic shit, and let's just jump right into these Mandela effects. So the first Mandela effect that we're gonna talk about is the Tarzan one. Tarzan was actually the first movie I've ever watched in my entire life, and I've watched that movie more times than I could ever count, so I would say that this is pretty legitimate. I believe in this Mandela effect. I definitely think that something has changed and something fishy is going on, and that is in the scene where they are on the tree when he rescues Jane from the baboons that she was fucking with because she didn't leave the little animals alone. She wanted to be nosy, so they was like, bitch, you want to be nosy, I'm gonna fuck that ass up. So when he saved her from the baboons, she asked what his name was, and then she told him what her name was, right? So I remember the line when Tarzan was trying to put the pieces together in his head when he said, me, Tarzan, you, Jane. Brace yourselves. Just brace yourselves because that never existed. Not in a different order at all. Like that line literally does not exist in that movie. I'm gonna insert a clip of what was actually said right here.
Jane, Tarzan, Jane.
Jane.
There's no fucking way. I don't care what anybody says. If you do not believe in the Mandela effect after that, then you have to be one of those 2013 bitches that didn't want to listen to mainstream radio because they were trying to be edgy. Just accept the fact that I am right and you are wrong. The Mandela effect is real, bitch, and this is motherfucking proof. I want to know who else remembers that line. Leave it in the comments below because I know that I'm not crazy on this. I know I'm not crazy on this. Tarzan was my entire childhood. It's my favorite Disney movie. Sorry, Little Mermaid. She was my favorite Disney princess, but like, he was my favorite Disney movie, period. Alice in Wonderland, there are actually a couple Mandela effects about this. The first one I talked about in another video, and that was the "we're all mad here" line. It's not that anymore. It's most everyone is mad here. That's just fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. There are t-shirts, there are blankets, there are so many different things that literally say like, we're all mad here. There's just no way. But then there's another Mandela effect about Alice in Wonderland, and that is that the Tweedledee and Tweedledum never had those like spinny things on their hat. I'll insert a picture of like what I'm talking about. They never had that. Instead, they had flags on their head. Excuse me, what? That doesn't even look right. Like, what the fuck are they supposed to be? Carnivals? Like, bitch! The little things were like quirky. Now this next one is where the Mandela effect just gets fucking scary. This is about Hitler. Obviously, as we know, Hitler was a terrible and disgusting human being. Remember, his whole thing and his reason to target Jews is because he wanted Germans to be pure, and he regarded the traits of blonde hair, blue eyes, and height to signify a superior class of people. However, what's really crazy about this is that he never had blue eyes himself. His eyes were brown. If you go look it up, there's still countless articles that say that he had blue eyes. If people had figured out that he had brown eyes, wouldn't that only make him seem like a hypocrite? There's even evidence that supports that his mother was half Jewish herself. And that just adds to that. So in order for him to be able to say all of these things, wouldn't he have to look the part of like what he's trying to describe? So the fact that his eyes were brown just doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like somebody would have called him out. That's just crazy to me. Oh my god. Since we're on the topic of history, let's also talk about Romeo and Juliet. So as a lot of people who are familiar with the play, including myself, I actually had to read it in 10th grade for my writing class, and I've seen various renditions of like the play. You can watch it on YouTube. Like, I've actually went to performances where people have done it, and something that I and a lot of other people vividly remember is that there was this balcony scene. Literally, if you asked anybody what the most famous scene in that play was, like, that's something that you would say. Like, this is right before they're about to go recklessly get married and make terrible decisions because they're madly in love. Like, everybody remembers this. Like, what? But it doesn't exist. You literally see this in every single production of Romeo and Juliet. Even in like parody videos of it, you see this.
How'd you find this place?
I have bad skills.
Babe, don't make me blush. Do you love me?
I swear to God, I love you.
But apparently the only reference at all to anything is a window. Like there's no balcony scene. Something that I just looked up that's even stranger is that Shakespeare wouldn't have known what a balcony was because none existed during that time period anywhere in the whole of England. The earliest usage of the word balcony, according to Oxford English Dictionary, was in 1618, which is 15 years after Romeo and Juliet was first performed. I know you lying. Now I know you guys have all heard of the infamous ear bite by Mike Tyson. Like everybody knows about that. It was talked about for so long, and I'm pretty sure now if you were to ask somebody about Mike Tyson, one of the first things that they would think of is the ear biting incident because it's so popular, like everybody knows about it, right? Well, interestingly enough, apparently it was never shown him actually biting off the guy's ear, like anywhere. So many people remember it being on television, like they remember witnessing it, including family members of mine who literally have told me about like seeing it and how gruesome and disgusting and how like unexpected and crazy and shocking it was. Yet it doesn't exist. I mean, I'm kind of happy it don't exist because I want to see that girl. Like I will throw up. Gore makes me throw up. But still, the fact that you can't find the video anywhere, y'all gonna have to help me with this one. Let me know in the comments what you think. So now on to another Mandela effect about a famous figure, Bruce Lee. So when I was younger, I remember watching like those Hollywood crime stories and like those really weird things that used to come on E and like TNC and just like a whole bunch of other stuff. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. I remember this story about Bruce Lee being accidentally shot on set. Like that's how he died. Like he was shot by a bullet that wasn't supposed to be in one of the guns during the filming of a movie on set, and that's like what killed him. Some people also remember him taking like a pill for a headache and then falling asleep and never waking up. A lot of people remember that as well. Now about the gun thing, interestingly and ironically enough, that's the way that his son Brandon Lee died. Now this is one of those situations where I definitely think that people could just confuse the names because Brandon, like Bruce, like it's kind of easy to fuck them up, you know what I mean? Some people believe that they both died the same way and there was a whole conspiracy about why the dad and the son died the same way, like similar to like Whitney Houston and her daughter, and like the whole thing that happened with Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher. Like people believe it was like one of those type of incidents, but that never ever happened. He actually died from a disease called cerebral edema. I don't really know how to pronounce it, girl. So now going away from the creepy ass Mandela effects and going back to close it off on a sweet note with some more cartoon ones. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? That was my childhood as well. And every single time that like Shaggy would get like scared and with Scooby, they would like gulp, right? And I remember Shaggy having an Adam's apple. Like I just remember that being one of his signature things. The fact that he doesn't at all and has a skinny ass motherfucking neck, looking all types of cray, looking all types of not how I remember Shaggy, not my Shaggy. Now I guess I could understand from a cartoon perspective where it would make sense not for him to have one because you know they have to like always constantly draw the character, and I mean I guess it would look kind of weird like having a lump in their throat because they are cartoons and they're not human beings, but like I know I can't be the only one that remembers him like gulping and like his Adam's apple like moving up and down. Y'all remember that, don't you? Don't you? I'm not crazy, am I? So now on to the last Mandela effect. This has to do with the introduction of Disney movies back in the day. I'm gonna insert a clip of it right here. So a lot of people remember Tinkerbell writing the Walt Disney like logo with her wand and like flying to the top of it because she was like a signature like character during the time that these like intros that came about. So I actually found a video that might explain this. I'm gonna insert it right here. So that video actually kind of debunks the Mandela effect of it, but I still wanted to include it because a lot of people remember her like writing that thing. I kind of remember it, but like not that much, but I definitely still wanted to include it. So let me know what you think about that. Do you remember her doing both, maybe, potentially? But yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for supporting my journey. Like always, click that like button if you like this video, subscribe if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified every single time that I post a new video. I'm gonna be uploading a whole bunch of Mandela effects this upcoming week because you guys have been requesting them like crazy and you guys seem to like them and I like making them as well. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you super soon with a new video because my fucking shit died, so that's fun. Bye!